You were always the smart one, right? The one who just got it, first try. So why, after a lifetime of academic success, are you now staring down this one exam that just won't budge? Let's get into it because this is a really painful and really common contradiction. Does this sound like you? You were the one at the top of the class, the person everyone else was trying to keep up with. New concepts? You'd pick it up in a single lecture while everyone else was still scratching their heads. For you, learning has always felt, well, kinda easy. And you could pull those facts out of your head like magic. Your intelligence has always been your superpower, and you just figured, that it would always be enough. Well, here's the tough part. For these professional exams, that superpower, it might actually be holding you back. The rules of the game have completely changed on you.
See, in school and college, the whole system was built for people like you. It rewarded speed, quick thinking, you understood things fast, you got a high score. It was that simple. But professional exams, they are a whole different beast. They're not a sprint, they're a grueling marathon designed to test something else entirely.
Because these exams, they honestly don't care how fast you get it. They reward a totally different skill set. We're talking about the sheer endurance to repeat things over and over, the discipline for a structured revision plan, and yeah, the emotional stability to not crumble under the pressure. These are things you have to build, not just an intelligence you're born with. And that right there is the heart of the problem. Your whole academic life was just a series of sprints. You never had to train that mental muscle for a long, painful race. You always relied on your speed, and now you've entered a contest that's all about pure endurance. So, what does a really smart person do when their main tool, their brain, seems to be failing them? They overthink. You start analyzing past paper patterns, you spend your Sunday night completely redesigning your study plan, again, you watch hours of strategy videos, you obsess over the perfect, optimized timetable. You do literally everything except the actual studying. And that's the real trap, isn't it? All of that planning, all that analysis, it feels so productive. Your brain is engaged, you're working on the problem, but it's just an illusion. It is not the work. The real test of your commitment isn't about how cleverly you design your study schedule. It's about whether you have the discipline to sit down and revise that same boring chapter for the fourth time long after the intellectual thrill is gone. Believe me, that's where the real points are earned. And then, when the results come out and it's not what you wanted, another trap springs, your ego. This sentence right here, it's the anthem of every smart student who fails. It's not just disappointment you feel, it's like a personal insult to your identity. But there's a huge flaw in this thinking. It's because scoring in these exams is just a mechanical process. Understanding the material, that's just step one. That's the price of admission. The real game is retaining it under pressure and then presenting it in the exact, specific way the examiner wants to see it. Only then do you get the score. Your intelligence got you through the door, but it doesn't automatically get you a seat. And this, weirdly enough, is why you might see students you always considered average passing these exams. It's not because they're secretly smarter than you. It's because they treat it like a process, not some grand intellectual challenge. They're less emotional about it. They don't tie their self-worth to every single attempt. Their process is boring. It's totally predictable, and that's exactly why it is so brutally effective. They just accept that repetition is part of the deal. They don't try to reinvent the wheel every week. They just follow the steps. So if you're that intelligent person who feels stuck, this is your wake-up call. The solution isn't to try and be even smarter. It's to humble yourself and respect the process. You have to stop looking for a clever shortcut and just start respecting the structure of the exam for what it is. You've probably asked yourself this question 1,000 times, right? You're always searching for that spark, that feeling that's going to push you through the tough days. But that's the wrong question to be asking. The new question is this: how do I stay mechanical? How do I build a system that just runs, even when my motivation is at zero? Look, motivation comes and goes. A good system is reliable. And here's another classic. This question, it sends you down that rabbit hole of finding new techniques, new apps, anything to optimize your intelligence. Again, it's just the wrong question. The right question is so much simpler and way more powerful. How do I revise more times? It's not about finding a more clever technique. It's about the sheer quantity of repetition. The answer isn't a new app. It's more hours in the chair, just doing the reps. And really, that's what this all boils down to. Your intelligence, your talent, that got you here. It opened the door to this whole challenge. But it's the disciplined, boring, mechanical repetition that's going to let you stay in the room, conquer this thing, and finally move on. So stop thinking, stop planning, just execute.